Oh, hello, Twitch, internet, etc., etc. Let me stand up. How's it going? I'm Natty Lynn. I'm going to be recording the Rec Room Q&A tonight. Super excited. We have a new quest. It is Isles of the Lost Skulls, otherwise known to us as Pirate Quest. Super excited. I'm terrified of Pirate Quest. I personally can't handle it. And I'll, not say the spoilers about it. But yeah, welcome. So, if you can't make it into the Q&A, hi Goat, hi Forbum. I am personally not. I might not play. It depends on who wants to play with me, because I need to be carried. I am terrified. I'm just waiting for my messages, my invitations. Oh well, let's go into the dorm room. Ooh, is that a thing? Oh. How do I... Oh, I never accidentally pressed that before. Oh, I'm sorry, Goat. I wish you weren't sick either. Let's go into the... What is it called? The rec center. And see if we can, see what the normies are up to, or the randos.
I can get to the boss again to get my gold, so then I can kill the boss, yes.
I didn't know it would stay there.
There's one level, though, that is really bad for people that have eyesight problems, and that would be me.
Hey, Jules.
Really?
It's all dark. It's completely... Hi! It's all dark, and you only get one torch, so I want to ask for another torch, because it's not fair to the people that have eyesight problems, because I couldn't see anything.
Milady.
Hello. How's it going?
Been a while.
I like how
I
Milady's
just got
wearing
home.
a
I just
fedora.
played
Huh.
the first.
That's really interesting. Yeah, the Q&A is
see,
supposed
what's
to
the-
start any
I
second
did
now.
4 of them. I'm tired.
Yo, they have a phone number in your menu now?
Yeah, and you
What?
can
You
have
can add
9
your phone
freaking
number to your
outfits now. I'm
profile.
so hype about that.
9
Oh,
outfits?
snap.
No
Really?
way.
Then I'll go
Yes,
ahead
dude,
and
I
see
was-
this one.
yeah,
I
you
was
can have
literally
9
gonna
outfits
ask
now.
for that.
I love the
You
9
can
outfit
see-
idea.
You can see your
Just wondering
subscribers
why
on
9?
rec.net.
That's a very odd number. I'm just saying.
Well,
You can
because
see
you
your
had 4.
tokens.
You had 4
Why
last
not
time, and you're
10?
just making
Then
it
8.
even.
Then 8.
Hey, so is your
That's
your
gonna be
phone
weird
number
fitting on a sort of square screen? You know what I mean?
Not really.
is your phone number available to all of your friends? Because I wouldn't put it there.
I don't think so. I
It's
think
not.
That's just
They
like
use
private.
the phone number to do like confirmation. So if you know someone IRL and give them your phone number, they can add you that way. But you can also get text alerts if someone invites you.
I have text alerts, yeah.
I like how you can see your
Kids,
subscribers. I want
I
people are
told
gonna
you
start
shut
paying
up and
attention
turn
to
TV
that.
off! Because if I get in here, you're gonna be quiet. Anyway.
Kill him!
I will.
Don't test.
There's 7 of them and only 1 of me. It's alright.
I do like how they added
That's
more outfits,
funny.
but I still feel like 9 isn't enough. I'd like to have like a lot. She got in. She got in.
Just gets up.
That's fine. Sit in my comfy chair.
Yeah. Naylin made
Nice.
it.
Thanks.
Ooh. It's Bebop.
Oh, hey, Ned.
You got in.
Natty Lynn, I was
Whoa.
looking for you.
think the room works.
It's
Aw,
Bebop.
I was right
Yo,
here, I promise.
It's
Okay, good.
Where
are you?
Lag.
Yes, what?
I finally got in.
You gotta be quiet.
That's usually what happens at the start of
I
the
actually
First
got
thing
in.
that I know what you
Hey.
No.
Alright, come on in. Settle down.
Hey Sarah, you got in too.
I'm just a little too close. There we go.
Hey, Bebop. Notorious. What? What is Josh? Josh is Josh?
Josh is Josh. Hey. I made him a host. Oh, thanks.
Great.
I have a really creative name.
Hey, B-Boss, do you
It's Josh. His train is late, so he might not make it. We'll see.
himself? Because I'm live streaming.
Hey, Bebos.
I'm gonna start my recording when I get up there.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hey, Cloud. What up? Holy crap.
There
we go.
Bebos.
What is this supposed to be?
This is
Q&A.
Q&A.
Answer.
Yeah, welcome to the Q&A.
Welcome everybody. I think we're ready to get started. B-Boss, we need to wait for you.
be here.
I know. I think we're good.
Alright, welcome everyone. Thanks for
I don't know
joining
what's
us
going on with
today.
Motivator.
Thank
You ready? You ready? You ready? Where's
Thank you
Motivator?
for
Why does he
letting
look
me
all
in.
weird?
You can have a stool if you want. He always looks like that. What are you talking about?
Gregor Kitten, get out of the chair. Josh, can you sit in that chair? Can you take that chair?
No, he's gonna get back in.
Okay, so
wheelchair.
if you haven't been to one of our
Yep.
Q&As before, the way we do it is we raise our hand, we'll do a question from everybody. We try and get, one question from everybody rather than doing multiple questions. And yeah, we'll repeat the question so people on the stream who are watching know what we're talking about. And then I'll kind of often hand off the mic to whoever knows more about whatever you're asking about than I do. You're welcome to ask about anything to do with Rec Room. We're happy to talk about anything, whether it's the new quest or whether it's new features we've added, what we're planning for the future. Yeah, so let's get started. So who's got a question for us? Who's got a question? Who's got them muted? Is that you, B-Buzz?
Someone's muted?
I can't hear anybody. Oh, okay.
I think
Now
we're-
Oh, we're not talking.
We're
We're
being
being quiet.
polite.
They're being polite. They're not muted.
Sorry, not
that
used
is
to that.
literally unprecedented.
That never happened.
Oh, it's my first Q&A. That's
That's
pretty good
that's
job,
amazing.
everybody.
I
Well
love it.
done.
All right,
Well done.
Blue Phoenix. What can we tell
Oh
you?
crap. Oh dang it. I kind of stepped on.
If you're
Is
talking,
your
we can't hear you.
Is your microphone on? All right, I'm going to come back to you, Blue Phoenix. Who else has got a question? Fragrant Kitten, what you got?
So what are you like? What were your ideas of making Rec Room? Like, what was your initial plans and your future?
Oh, sure, yeah. So the question was, what was the initial plan for Rec Room? What were we thinking? Why on earth did we think this was a good idea? I think we've touched on this in previous Q&A, so I'll keep it pretty brief. But basically, we're coming up on our 2-year anniversary as a company, and 18 months of Rec Room being live, which is wonderful. And yeah, the initial idea was, we were super excited about VR, and especially excited about the kind of tracked hand controllers that the Vive had just released, and we were just like, wow, this is super cool. And so honestly, we were like, seems like someone will make the Wii Sports of VR, and then we're like, maybe we should make the Wii Sports of VR, and then we're like, maybe someone, it'd be really cool if that was social and you could hang out with people from all around the world and play all these kind of crazy games. And so that was kind of the starting impulse, and it's kind of grown into this crazy thing that we're all doing now. But yeah, that was the backstory.
Oh.
Yeah, all right. My lady Juliana, what you got?
Jesus.
I would like to know, are we gonna get the boxes back when we play our games? Because they're missing. Like when you play
Oh,
charades without
okay,
it being
yeah,
a
so-
daily.
Okay, so the question is for B-Buzz.
So the question was, are we going to get the boxes back? So in this recent update, we took the boxes away. We retweaked the whole system around gifts and packages and avatar items to fit more with the merch booth. So we got a lot of positive feedback from the merch booth. So we're going to move forward with that being the main way you get boxes. Now, I'm not saying that there's never going to be boxes again in the future, but right now we're trying no boxes, and we're going to see how
Yeah, because
how
a
that
bunch
works.
of us said if we would have known that, we would have avoided the merch booth.
You would have avoided the merch
I would have
booth, is that-
avoided the merch
Sure,
booth. I would have left it.
sure.
Because now I don't
So
see a
what do you-
reason to go play games anymore. So, besides
you're
doing
missing-
games.
You're missing the boxes mostly from the activities, is what you're feeling?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the whole point
yeah.
of us going to charade and playing charades for 4 hours was so we get those boxes. I mean, even if
Okay.
they're 1 or 2 stars, it was the fact that we got something out of it. It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I feel
Alright.
the same.
yeah.
We were getting a lot of feedback that people were feeling sad about the dupes they were getting from the boxes, and that the box experience wasn't really
understand that.
rewarding.
Yes.
I get that,
so
but I think I'd give that
so
back.
okay, understood, heard. Thanks, lady.
Yeah, excellent feedback, and yeah, we that's as anyone who's played Rec Room for any period of time knows, we tend to experiment a lot. We change things, we add things. So we're always going to listen to your feedback. So yeah, so keep it coming, and if we get overwhelming feedback that you prefer it a different way, we'll certainly consider making changes. All right, I think ubiquitous Newt.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Will there eventually be a paid version?
Oh, so the question is, will there eventually be a paid version? So yes, in some form. I mean, at a certain point, we need to start making some money as a company. We've been lucky to get some investment and been able to kind of create this free social app. What we've said in the past is that we're always going to have a free access to Rec Room. We're basically like going to keep Rec Room free. We think of us, we're a social app. The more players we can get, the better off we are, for you guys, for us, for everybody. But yeah, we'll have some kind of premium features. We're not 100% sure. You could probably over the next year or so expect us to start experimenting with some stuff like that.
Awesome,
that makes
because I'd
sense?
happily pay.
All right, thanks. That's nice to hear. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to go over this side for a bit and take some questions from this side. So, who we got here? All right,
Everyone
Lone
moves in
Agent
that
87,
tail.
Lone Special Agent.
Hi guys. I
Hey.
was wondering if we are in the near future be able to get moving stuff like sliding doors, like animation.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the question was, in the near future, will we be able to, this is for custom rooms, I assume. We'll be able to animate things, move things, stuff like that. So the answer is yes. We are definitely thinking about that actively. In fact, in today's update, we introduced what we called holotars. I don't know if everyone's had a chance to play with them yet.
I did. Those are awesome.
There's actually a pretty fun one in the Pirate Quest lobby. If you haven't found it, there's a fun holotar that tells you about. Yeah. Oh, it was Ghostbeard's nephew came in and did that voice acting for it. But yeah. So in terms of animating things, we're definitely looking into supporting various kinds of physics. And expanding out the holotars, and we want to figure out a way to let you move things like, open curtains, close curtains, move things around. We're not 100% sure how that'll work, but we are definitely going to be exploring that for sure. All right, Kick-Ass 234.
You can just call me Kick, by the way. I'm also a live streamer, and I'd like to give this from my stream. They'd like to know about the different ways you guys are thinking of moving on and putting in different bases. Like, who are you going to be putting together with, like, a bigger company?
Oh, so hang on. So you broke up a little bit at the end there. So can you just repeat the question for me?
Are you going to work other companies to be bigger and better, basically? That's what
Right. So the question was, are we gonna work with other companies to bring their brands and things into Rec Room? Is that the question?
Maybe like athletic companies.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
athletic
Okay.
companies
So the question was, are we planning to work with other companies, and maybe work with them to have rooms inside Rec Room? I think the answer there is maybe. We've certainly something we've talked about and something that seems like it could be fun. Yes. I think for us, we would want to make sure it was the right kind of partnership. Those of you who've been playing Rec Room for a long time will remember we did a partnership with Servios a while back when they released Raw Data, which was real cool. We did some custom items. They were really fun to work with. And so, I think you can expect us to do some partnerships. It's really just a matter of finding the right opportunities. And for us, we're so busy updating the game and building out custom rooms and things that we probably don't do as good a job as we should of reaching out to people. So if you ever think of good companies or you want to put people in touch with us, supportedagainstgrab.com, let us know.
Okay.
Fragrant Kitten.
What is up, human?
Yeah, are you glad that other big YouTubers, for example, like Minilad ages ago, played your game and got it big? I came because of him on this.
Oh, great. Yeah, so the question was, do we like it when YouTubers and other streamers stream the game? Yeah, absolutely. Of course we do. We want everyone to come and play Rec Room and have fun. So if people, want to stream it and kind of get people excited about it for us, that's wonderful for us, and we really appreciate it. So yeah, we love that. All right, Snickers.
Hi, this is my first time in the Q&A.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Me too.
Okay. My question is, so the partially new system of, I forgot what they're called. The coding thing?
Oh, the circuits.
Yeah, the circuits. Yes, thank you.
The circuits.
I really like how you did with that, but is there going to be, are you going to add on, more, circuit functions?
More
And
stuff.
if so...
Yeah, let's talk about circuits a little bit. Is Duffy here? He's not. Okay. So the question was about circuits. So a couple of updates ago, we introduced circuits into the custom room. So this is chips that you can wire together to create behavior and logic. Really, so with the goal that you can create your own games in Rec Room. That's really what we're trying to do. And so the question was, are we going to keep expanding that and make it more powerful? Absolutely yes, 110%. That's a big priority for us. So in today's update, we added a couple of new chips. There's a random number generator. We connected dice rolls to the circuit, so you can you can trigger circuit events with dice
sound
now.
effects.
Oh,
There's
that's pretty
sound
cool,
effects.
yeah.
There's a sound effects chip, so you can trigger sound effects. We are about to add circuit control for the holotars. So the holotars are like recordings of your avatar, so you can be like, "Hey, welcome to my room," blah blah blah. We're going to allow you to trigger that with circuits. That's coming really soon. And basically the plan is we want you to be able to build complete games and share complete games with circuits and the maker pen and the other custom room features. So yeah, that's
gonna be pretty cool.
I gotta say, I know I end up saying this every Q&A, but I'll say it again just for posterity. We are continually blown away by what we see people build in Rec Room. Like, it's fair to say, right? Like, we share it internally around the company all the time. We're like, look at what they built. It's amazing. We can't believe it. And so we're always inspired to see what people build. And so we're going to just keep adding more and more power for you guys to make more and more amazing stuff. And eventually we want to retire and let you build all the games. All right, Bolts, what you got? Okay, so all right, so the question is about the Pirate Quest merch booth, right? And the outfits there. All right, who wants to take this one? Josh, Cloud?
I'll take it.
All right,
Jesus, the server's lagging.
Me.
Hi. So the question was, why are the outfits in Pirate Quest all the same price, with the exception of the S rank only outfit, which you can't buy in the store? You have to get an S rank to earn it. And the idea basically is that we are going to give you more outfit items that are not gloves if you do well. And we want to have more opportunities for people to get more and more combinations of different gear. And so we also really want you to earn gold while you're playing Pirate Quest and spend that gold on things that you really want and you really care about. And so as you play, make sure you then can save up to buy the hat that you want. But really it's about giving you more desirable things to work for and spend your hard-earned gold on in a store.
All right, cool.
Excuse me. Excuse me, I got a question.
Excuse me, I got a question.
Thank you.
Just raise your hand. Just raise your hand.
I got it. Yeah, all right, let's go. We're going to come back down this end. So,
Hello?
Okay, everyone move to this end. Everyone move to this end.
I think Ubiquitous Mute did. Let's go.
Me?
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Zion Bob. I've got a YouTube channel, and I just want to ask. I'm having
Did you not plug your YouTube?
I'm having some trouble with making an official account. And, like, I'm trying to type it on. It's like it's always like not accepting. So, are you gonna upgrade the official account I'm making? So I can I want to change my name to Zion Bob and not this weird new weird name I have on this head.
I got it. Thank you for the question. I got, yeah. So the question was, there might be some issues with creating an account. It's I know it's very...
changing your account so you're allowed to change your name.
I got the question. What I would say for anything to do with if you're having troubles creating accounts or anything like that, email us at support@againstgrab.com. We'll happily work with you. It's probably a little boring in a group setting to try and debug a specific account issue. So yeah, get in touch with us either on Discord or Reddit or via email, and we'll happily work with you to figure it out. Okay?
I already have a Gmail.
Okay. Send us an email. support@againstgrab.com. All right. HBL, what you got?
Hey, so first I want to just say thank you for adding me, adding, what was it? It was 4 before. Now you have 9 outfits we can select from. That was going to be my first question here, if you would add more. So since you already did that, thank you. I'm wondering if you would be, allowing us to disable tunnel vision when we teleport and when we turn.
Oh yeah. So the question was first. The question was thank you for adding more outfit slots. So I don't know if you noticed you have now 9 saved outfit slots instead of 4. You can thank Bilal for that one. And so now I forgot the second question. I'm sorry.
So would you be able to allow us to disable tunnel vision or blackout vision when we teleport?
Oh yeah, that's right. So all right. So the other question was. Would we be able to disable the tunnel vision, like the vignette, the black kind of tunnel that happens when you turn, when you?
Please.
I think the answer is probably yes. I think we can certainly look at it. I think our policy on that is, now that VR's been around for a while, when we first launched Rec Room, we wanted to be really, really careful about making anyone ever feel sick or weird or anything like that. I think now we've all got a little bit more experience under our belt, and that we know that some people can really stand a lot of motion. Some people are really. What are you doing, Huge?
You almost said it.
Got you.
So I think we now have a lot more experience.
Are you gonna fix that in the future?
We all have a lot more experience with VR, and we know that people have a spectrum of. Some people are really sensitive to motion sickness. Hang on, I'm answering your question.
Okay.
So some people have. He's back there. Some people are able to tolerate a lot of motion. Some people are really susceptible to motion sickness, and so we'll just keep adding settings so people can kind of adjust to their own comfort level. And I think you can expect us to experiment more with motion and things over the next couple of updates. We got some interesting stuff in the pipeline. All right, Nocturne.
Hey, Gribbly.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Real quick,
2 things.
Excuse me. Yeah. Hang on.
Oh, yep. Take your time.
With the comfort flying and everything, you can actually, there's a setting in your watch called comfort flying, and if you uncheck that, that will reduce the tunnel vision for flying.
Oh, you just said that.
And then also, if you're specifically asking about teleporting, you can uncheck motion teleport. If you uncheck motion teleport, it will not have the comfort vignette.
But it
will
blacks
do
out.
It will do a blink, yeah, but it's not going to be the tunnel vision though.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, thank you, Cloud. I forgot to mention all of those practical things. But yeah, I would say stay tuned for the next update. There's going to be some interesting stuff in that for people who care about those kind of topics. So one other thing, I think I forgot to mention this in the build notes. I can't remember if I put it in or not, but the other thing we did in the watch settings, while we're talking about settings, is we made it so that when you turn off watch notifications, it shuts off all of them so that your watch won't buzz, you won't get the haptics.
Thank
so I know
you.
for some people that was a real pain in the butt, especially for streamers. That was a big pain in the butt.
Yesterday.
Yeah. It was Nappy that finally
appreciate
pushed
it.
us over the edge to be like, we got to fix this bug. All right, who has not asked a question? Help me out.
I have not.
I'll come back to you, Nocturno. Okay, you're next.
Oh, okay.
Before I ask this question, I really like to say it's really nice meeting the developers of this game. You really did a good job on this.
Anyways,
are you guys planning on making other game modes in the future?
Oh, so the question was, we always love to meet all of you guys too. The feeling is very mutual. But the question was, are we going to make other game modes? The answer is absolutely. Josh, you want to talk about this at all?
Sure, yeah.
I would have said the exact opposite answer, and I think we're done forever now.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's been fun. Thanks, everyone.
Sorry, Pico Birds.
Nice one.
GG.
Okay, wait. Please. Are you gonna add like events in here, like Christmas and Halloween, like change the map?
I do already. Game, but yeah, sure. The answer was yes. More games. Tell us what you like. Post on Discord. Post on Reddit. Yes.
Discord.
Okay, yeah. So we're definitely going to do more games. We definitely listen to feedback. It definitely influenced our choice of Pirate Quest. We like seeing the excitement around Pirate Quest as a theme was definitely something that influenced our thinking as we made this quest. By the way, has everyone tried the new quest?
I tried the demo.
Pretty hard.
Ran in the door just now.
It is super hard. It's super hard. But yeah, well, hopefully everyone's having fun with it. And please let us know what you think, because we'll definitely be making more quests in the future. Events. There was a question about events, and so I think we don't have all the details here yet. We haven't really thought about it, but definitely something we've been talking about is...
Can I get a high five?
Hang on a second. We won't create events, but we will create an event system. Because if someone wants to do a Christmas event, it should really be you. Yes, you can have a high five. All right. Not
Are you gonna wash that hands now?
First things first, whoever made that torch section of the pirate map, thank you, because that was really cool, if anyone's here. Yeah,
that was these guys, although...
you guys, alright, thank you, that was a really cool section. And then, second thing, the new holograph things, the
holotas.
Yeah, those. Yeah. Well, we have more, I was thinking more customization, like Star Wars, like, you know how it's blue, it's all blue, or something like that, or you can resize it to make it small, like it fits in your hands, and you can watch it.
Camera on him.
Yeah, well, that happened, and also, a question on the new, creative pen, it's shiny now, so I don't know, I noticed it's shiny, so I don't know if that's, like, gonna stay forever, or... I don't. It doesn't bother me. I'm just saying. Like,
Okay.
you know, it's not the new look.
All right. So let me talk about that. So one question was with the holotas, will we have the ability to customize them, maybe resize them, put different colors and things on them? Yeah, for sure. We definitely gonna keep updating the holotas. We're pretty excited by the expressive potential, and we like very much that the holotas are pretty easy to make. Like, you know, the Maker Pen and the circuits, like, they're pretty powerful, and we're gonna make them more powerful, but you know, it takes a lot. You know, you got to get pretty skillful with them to make something cool. Holotas, we like that you can kind of jump in and make something fun really quickly. So that's pretty cool. And then, then the other thing, in today's update, the Maker Pen stuff definitely got a little shinier. Vodabit, you want to talk about that?
Sure.
So that's basically because I can't do math, so we've already fixed that, and it should be coming out in the patch. The fix for that should be just as before.
Alright.
Alright, nice. Okay, let's go back down this end and do some more questions down here. Let's go to
Okay, everyone
Spock.
to the side now.
Hey, everybody go over there. I got
Come on.
Yo, Josh.
I have had my hand up for this.
Oh, okay.
Quiet down.
Because this game is really good in positivity, but there's a lot of guilds out there that don't stand for the same thing, and I have an issue with players putting my tag in their name, and then they go do something bad, and I get in trouble for it. But if there was some type of system where they couldn't put it in their name unless they were dedicated to a specific group,
I got you.
a lot more easier on the
So kind of like a guild bio.
Okay, so alright, so let me repeat. Wait. Let me repeat those questions so everyone can understand what we're talking about. So the first part was, maybe it'd be good if we let you flesh out your bio, maybe add some biographical detail to your player profile. So on RecNet or in the watch, you can kind of get more info. Yes, we're definitely planning to do something like that. That's on the list. I think we'll let people kind of express, hey, here's what I'm about. Here's the kinds of things I like to make. Here's the kind of things I want to do. So yes, we'll do that. The second one was about groups and clans and things like that. I think we're kind of actively thinking about how we want to add support for groups as a kind of an official feature in Rec Room, so that you can kind of make a club and I think our current thinking, B-Boz, you might want to talk a little more about this. Do you want to hit this one?
Sure, give it a shot.
I would just
Maybe share some of our thinking and we can get some immediate feedback.
Yeah, that sounds good. So what we're thinking right now is that clubs or groups will be a spin-off of rooms. So you'll have a room that's like your clubhouse, your main space, and then you could be a member of that room, and then that would show up somewhere that you're a member of that particular room. So that's the kind of the way that we're thinking about rolling it out at first. Do you think that would help kind of serve what you're looking for? Sparky?
It's kind of, but I have no problem with anyone
move your hands.
Their group does, and I completely support them and everything they do. It's just that it's trying to make it so easy if someone faking being in your group.
Right, yeah, and I think with the system that we're thinking about, you would request membership to a room. So let's say they had the BMG room, you would request membership to that room. And then BMG would say, yeah, we want you to be a member if it was a private room. And then on your profile page, it would say that you were a member of the BMG room. So it would be very explicit which groups you were a member of and which groups you weren't.
Cool. Question because there was a lot of other clans that had that specific question because there was a lot of misconfusion with some people.
Got it. All right.
I can see that.
Goldie, what you got?
Could I say something?
Just what you say.
We had a question from you, Fragrant. Let's go with Goldie.
Okay, I just want to say you've done a great job with the game. I've been enjoying it so far.
Thank you.
I was just wondering, because every time I'm loading into the game, I usually just like drumming stuff, so I was wondering, have you ever thought of adding instruments to the game?
Oh, yeah, okay, so interesting question. So the question was, have we ever thought about adding instruments to the game? And so, very briefly, yes, we think about that a lot, like, because we see a lot of people creating rooms to share music with each other and do musical performances and stuff like that, which it's awesome. We love that. I'm really into music myself. It's funny, I hear you say when you're loading into the game, you tend to drum. I always do that, like, whatever the theme song is while we're loading, I'm always, made me think that maybe we should put some, like, drums in the loading screen so you could be, like, playing the drums while the game loads. That'd be kind of fun.
The holotars you can do a cappella, like an acapella.
Yeah. The Holotar Barbershop Quartet. Probably, anyone who's been involved with multiplayer programming will probably be aware that would be the lag is kind of a challenge. There's internet lag that makes collaborating in real time on music challenging. Not impossible, it just makes it challenging. So that's kind of why we haven't done it yet. But it's definitely something we'd like to get through. Alright. Alright, whoa. One at a time, people. One at a time. I can't hear if everyone's talking at once, alright? Okay. Goldie, finish your thought, please.
Well, all we're saying is, like, there's a huge amount of people that's kind of all this, and, like, even though you're getting some, like, even if it's, like, 4 free people, like, you could still get lag and all that. Just props as well, so.
Okay, so. Fragrant, let's hear your thought, just so you can stop asking me.
Kid, shut up. What I need to say is, it's really nice meeting everyone. This is my first just because I've got to go, and it's been lovely, and I mean lovely meeting you all here. You sound really nice people. So I'm going to give some lucky person a chance to come and, like, meet you all.
Alright, perfect. Well, very nice to meet you, Fragrant Kitten. Thank you. Alright, who has not asked a question? Let's go. Bye-bye.
Me question! Oh, finally. Okay. This is on my mind because I played the pirate quests, and they are amazing. I love them.
Thank you.
It's like the best quests I've seen. I really like the challenge. You start off with no weapons, but I was pretty disappointed when I went to see if I could get the things from that game in, like, the creative mode. So I was wondering, like, in what update will those be put into the...
Okay, yeah. Great question. Okay, so Bob Ross was asking... So he was very nicely saying that he very much enjoyed Pirate Quest. Thank you for saying that. We really appreciate that. And but then the question was, when will we when will we put some of the Pirate Quest things into the sandbox system so that you can use maybe the cannon or the well, I don't want to do any spoilers, so anyone who hasn't played Pirate Quest, but, like, there are some new and fun things in the quest that so I don't know if there's any reason why we wouldn't put it in soon.
No reason.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a matter of us getting to it. So I would say in the next couple of updates, we'll add some of that stuff. What would be the number one thing you want?
The number one thing I want, probably, to be honest, like the cannon, the torch.
Frying pan.
Okay. All right. Loud and clear. All right. Yeah.
The frying pan. Never mind.
The frying pan is the frying pan is my personal favorite. I gotta say.
All
right. Let's come into the middle here. Angie, what you got?
I have a question, but this guy right here has been raising his hand the entire time.
Okay. That's very nice of you. All right. So, Moss, what you got?
Well, what I sort of want to see in Rec Room is basically, you know how Sparky suggested clans. Maybe instead of it just being in your maybe you could have, like, clan wars and stuff as well. So, like, instead of, like, you could settle disputes in a war or something.
Oh, all right. So the question was, maybe we don't just have clans. Maybe we had clan wars. I don't know. What do you think, because
I also have another question too.
Should we encourage all kind of hostility between groups of people?
Yes.
Sounds like a great idea. It's
painting contest.
I also
always
have
win.
another question.
Alright, Buzz, ready to go.
Okay, okay.
And also, I have, sort of flew on my head. I'll raise my hand later when it came back.
I'll come back after we've done Edgy. How about this? Edgy, what you got?
Alright, I like what you guys are doing, like the merch booth. But I was wondering if you guys could like maybe continue like adding on while at the same time expanding so that way it makes character customization a lot easier. Instead of just like randomizing it.
Edgy's asking the question about the merch booth. If we continue to grow it, will we also expand it? So Edgy, you're asking like, are we going to sell a higher number of items in the merch booth instead of like 8 items or 10 items? Let's sell 20 or 30 or 40.
Or like show just older items and kind of like the older they get, the cheaper they get.
I think certainly something like that. We're moving towards more and more items in the merch booth at a time. That is a direction that we're headed. So you'll see more stuff there. You'll find more stuff that you particularly are excited about, not just the 6 items or whatever that we have for a week. That'll be coming soon. Keep an eye out for that.
Thank you.
Oh, I nearly dropped that. Okay. All right, Lone. I think we had a question for you, but let's do another one.
Thank you. I was just curious, where does the number 87 come from?
Oh, so the question was, where does the number 87 come from? And the answer is, it's the number between 86 and 88. Mars, did you remember your question?
Yep, the question was, will you ever be able to upload videos to Rekna? And if so, can they be edited? Because I've got a friend who's making videos about Rec Room, like little shorts, and they're really funny. And what I really want to do is, I want to have like a movie theater where they can be displayed. It would be really cool if that could happen.
Alright, okay, yeah, that's a really fun idea. So the question was, will we ever allow uploading videos to RecNet and maybe then let you display those videos in a room in Rec Room? I'm going to give you one of my trademarked maybes. It's a great idea. I like it. We haven't really thought about it too much. We definitely would like to support video recording. We sort of have half supported it in the past with the cameras. It gets a little tricky on the. It's kind of a different system on each different platform. So it's like it's work that we got to do to get it working. But yeah, we definitely want to support that. Like, again, I'll repeat what I said earlier. Was like, we're consistently amazed by the creativity and skill and the stuff that people build. So the more we can do to highlight it and make it easy to share, the happier we're going to be. So yeah, that's a great suggestion. Thank you. All right, Link the Kid, what you got?
Well, it's just kind of a couple questions. One, it's great to finally see the developers. 2, it's really just a question of like, has the thought of maybe ever like the utility belt and like other quests like. Could be like going around getting a potion, but I have to leave it there. Wouldn't it be? I thought it wouldn't be good to just put it on a little belt and just move around.
Whoa, no! Everyone's dead! Everyone is dead!
Josh, what happened?
Demons! Spray holy water!
Josh, what happened?
Demons!
It was something, yeah.
Oh my God, Christ compels you.
Oh God! Holy water!
Alright, calm down everyone,
Block him.
Alright,
Josh, you okay?
I was gonna have Josh answer that question, but he may be busy with something.
He's back.
Yay, alright, you ready?
He's back.
I didn't hear the question at all because I was vomiting. What are you talking about?
It was basically the idea of carrying belts. That way, maybe you could carry a sword or something in.
It's just on him. Technical difficulties. Josh! Everyone, stop talking about utility belts. We have to stabilize Josh.
Josh,
what the fuck?
Okay. All right.
Josh isn't feeling
well. Because you'll just throw a whole bunch of potions and you can't. You just have to leave them there.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, all right. So the question was, are we going to support any kind of? You ready for this, Josh? Utility belt. All right. So I think yes, that's something we've talked about. I think we've called it holstering, like the ability to kind of like put things on your hip and like grab them off later. I know Motivator has prototyped that in the past. And so, yeah, I think we definitely, at some form, in some case, we'll experiment with that. I know for the Maker Pen, we want to make it available and easy to carry around so that when you're making rooms and stuff, you can have the Maker Pen just like on your hip or something like that and much easier to get to. But yeah, we haven't really figured out the details of how that's going to work. But we like the idea. Definitely like the idea for sure. All right, let's go down this end a little bit.
Oh my
all
god,
right,
for the
audio.
Hi. I actually had two questions, but then somebody came in and reminded me of one other issue that I had. That issue being when you block somebody, they used to be completely invisible, and now they're transparent, and they could still be annoying. Can we change it back to invisible? That'd be great.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
that's
Yes.
one
So
thing.
all right. So let me take them in order because otherwise I'll forget because I'm dumb.
Gotcha.
So the question was, can we make it so that blocking makes people completely invisible again? So yeah, we'll definitely take that suggestion. We're constantly kind of tweaking the moderation systems. It's kind of a balance between making people completely invisible so they can't bother you at all, and then sometimes if you're playing like paintball or something and someone's blocked, we kind of got to figure out what to do with then you can't aim at them or they can't shoot you. It's kind of gets a bit weird, so we probably need to figure it out so that
Would it make more sense where, sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
Would
it's
it make more sense, so when people are in Rec Room or in some sort of lobby, they could be invisible, but when, during a game, they could be visible, you know? Or maybe in that form.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
So that
we'll
was
take
one
that.
thing.
Thank you for the feedback. Appreciate it. Yeah,
That
all
was
right,
one,
questions?
Yeah, that was one thing. And the second thing was, when it comes to, YouTubers and streamers and everything like that, would it be... I think it would be really nice if there would be some credibility for all the things that they've, advertised this game and everything like that. Maybe give them some sort of special badge to let people know that, hey, we're a streamer, we're a YouTuber, we're...
Okay, yeah. Okay, so the question was, maybe for streamers and people who are putting in time to create streams on YouTube and Twitch of Rec Room, maybe that special badge or some way of kind of recognizing that. Here's what I would say about that. Sean is currently on vacation and kind of traveling the world. But talk to Sean and Mama Monkey. They've been kind of talking directly to people who are streaming and people who are doing stuff. They really kind of own that kind of thing. So they'll have a lot of thoughts. And basically, if you convince Sean and Mama Monkey, then we'll do it. Sound good?
And last one, can I be a voice actor one day? Because I would love to be a... would you like to take voice actors from outside?
I want to join as well!
Alright, wait. This is very important. Okay, so the question was, can audio be a voice actor someday? So the answer is, let's hear your best accent.
You got it, audio.
Okay, well, let's see here. My name is Alejandro Rodriguez, and I am a voice actor. I can do many different things.
Spicy.
I'm convinced. You're hired.
I swear, that's just nasty.
Alright, we'll talk after the show. That's very good.
Oh my god.
Alright. Right, who's alright. USMC, alright. Photo Betty, do you want to give us your best accent?
What? My best accent?
Alright.
I have a real accent.
Yeah, alright.
What do you say about his accent?
Alright,
By the way, I meant
Velho, what you got?
I'm doing an American accent right now.
This is you, USMC, LCPL, Velho, you got a lot of words in your name. Is your mic on?
Nope.
Hello.
No?
Microphone? Can't hear you.
I think he's talking, but he doesn't...
Yeah, I can't.
Definitely gesturing a lot. We can't hear you, Velho. I'm sorry.
Do the action.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta... Oh, that's cool.
He was so annoying that we all blocked him.
Taco, up the back here.
No.
Okay, I have a question about the
How did you get
the
in here?
holograms that you recently... So me and my friends are just kind of toying around and messing around with them. The update finally was finished loading, and we realized you can't hold objects in your hand and it won't show in the actual hologram when it's played back, markers or flags. And do you have any
Yeah, let me answer that. Yeah. So the question was, all right, I'll come back to you afterwards, okay, Velho? Give me a second.
Sorry.
So the question was, with the new holotars, which let you record your motions, it doesn't record the things you're holding, like if you're holding, the maker pen or a whiteboard marker. Yeah, we're gonna look into making it so that all that stuff gets recorded
also,
too.
you can't make facial expressions like this. Hold on.
Yeah, and your
I
mouse
know.
doesn't move.
I know. All of those things should work. You're absolutely right. So yeah, you can expect us to iterate on the holotars. Honestly, it'll be the more people use them, the more attention they'll get, and the cooler they'll get. So if you want to see holotars get better, use them. All right. Belho, is your microphone working?
Yes, it is. Sorry, I had it off.
No worries.
So, thank you for a wonderful birthday. This was the best update ever. Yeah, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! How old are you?
Are you ever gonna add? Well, did you ever have go-karts, and will you ever add them back?
Oh, hey, it's the go-karts question.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw YouTube.
So the question was, are we going to ever add the go-karts that we talked about ages ago? So context for people who aren't aware is that, yes, and boxing, thank you, Kilowatt. So the context here is that probably more than a year ago now, we did a prototype of go-karts in Rec Room. It was kind of like Mario Kart, but you're like Avatar sits in it. It was like really rad. It made a lot of people really feel sick. Like it was like really difficult for some players, and so we decided not to ship it at the time. Now our current thinking is what we want to do is get the custom rooms and the creation systems good enough so that you can make go-karts. So I think it's unlikely that we'll make go-karts, but we very much hope that someone in the Rec Room community will make go-karts. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Working? Like working go-karts, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Working go-karts that you can drive around and sit in and work like little vehicles. Right, Motivator?
Go-kart is a vehicle.
Of course, yeah. Okay.
I do have one question.
Nice, Otto, you got a question?
Yeah. So there was a whole lot of bugs and glitches. Are you guys going to fix those? Are you gonna
no bugs. No bugs.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with what you mean.
They're all features. They're no bugs.
Yeah.
No bugs.
So the question was...
No game crashes.
Your game is a giant pile of crap. Don't you feel ashamed of yourself? Yes, we absolutely do. We apologize. No, I'm kidding.
Is there a specific bug that's troubling Nice Otter?
Oh, what's a specific bug?
Like the clothing, like have the box thing.
The giant clothing, the giant box.
It's weird.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about that. So no, you're absolutely right. In all honesty, we definitely have bugs. We know that there's a lot we know about. There's a lot we don't know about. We really appreciate it when people bring bugs to our attention. It really helps us, especially if you figure out how to reproduce them and tell us how to reproduce them, because that makes it much easier for us to fix. But you're looking at someone. I see. But the bottom line is, we're really prioritizing experimenting and developing Rec Room as quickly as we can. And so sometimes that means things have a few more bugs than we might want. But we think it's more valuable to kind of learn like how VR should work and how we can make it really awesome, even if that means breaking a few things from time to time. So we always apologize. We always feel bad when things break. We always try and make sure that you don't lose anything like your items or your custom rooms or anything like that. Even if they're a bit weird for a while, they'll always come back because all that stuff's stored in the cloud. So apologies for any bugs. It's really just, the trade-off is we want to go fast and make sure each update has a bunch of new exciting stuff in it, and that means that sometimes we have to break things. So sorry about that. All right, Pengo, please.
Hello. So I have a serious question and a kind of not so serious question. I'll start with the not so serious one. So in Pirate Quest, we're running out of ammunition. I got 3 players, and none of us have weapons. And I was kind of, wanting to see if I can throw players at the enemies so that we can kill them and get something, because we're running out low on ammunition. And the second question is, which is more serious, exclusive items in the boxes. 1-star, 2-star boxes don't seem to be possible to get anymore, and the exclusive items, you can't get those randomly, or at least it would seem like you can't get them randomly anymore. So I was wondering if there's any way to get the exclusive items in the future.
Okay, well, I'll answer the first question first. So you're saying that throwing players is not working for you?
What? I try to grab them, but they don't highlight them.
Alright, how about B-Buzz? You take the second question.
Sure. So I think the second question was, are there a robot in here? What's happening?
Oh, it's blowing. Scorpion has his audio coming through his mic.
Oh. I'll just ignore that. So the question was, thank you. The question was, how do you get exclusive items? Can you get them out of boxes? The ones in the merch booth? Is that correct?
Well, I mean, the exclusive items from, say, where was it? Paintball, Clear Cut. There's a lumberjack set, and there's Disc Golf Propulsion with the scientist set.
Like the one that Josh is wearing.
Yeah. So we have those items. We also have some more items like that we haven't released yet. And
Like the dodgeball one?
We're not short, for example, the dodgeball one. Yeah. That sounds a familiar voice. Yeah. So I think there'll be definitely a way to get those items. They're not in the boxes in the merch booth right now. The mobster and the flapper item from last week in the merch booth, those are in the boxes in the merch booth now. So if you want to get those and you didn't get them last time, you can buy the boxes in the merch booth and get them there. But eventually, yeah, the propulsion items and the clear cut items and more items like that will find their way back into the game. We're just not sure how we want to bring them in yet.
Okay.
So does that mean that
All right. Oh, you got a follow up?
Oh, that was.
Does that mean?
Snickers is asking a follow up here.
I'm
All
just
right.
gonna
Snickers.
when
Where's
you can't
Snickers?
get those
All right.
items, and you can't throw players at the
does that
skeletons.
mean
That'd be
that
hilarious.
can you get it? Can you get like the suit
many people
and
here.
like the mobster and flapper stuff in the like regular boxes?
The random
Like,
boxes?
yeah.
Yes.
So right now there are no random boxes. The only boxes you'll find are in the merch booth. And yes, you can get the mobster and the flapper item in the boxes in the merch booth.
And how many stars are there exactly?
The price is linked to the stars. So the highest price ones are 4-star ones. The next highest price ones are 3-star ones, and the lowest price ones, which were the hand items, are 2-star.
That makes sense. Okay.
That's a good question. You can't right now.
All right. Yeah. So you can't
Soon
right
though.
now.
Soon.
Yeah. Remember what we said about like we like to move, we like to change things a lot, and sometimes we break things. Okay. So who's got a question down this end? Sparky, we heard from you already. I want to talk to some people I haven't heard from yet. HBL, didn't we talk to you before?
Yeah, I did. I've got another question, so go ahead.
Oh, okay.
You can come back if you want to.
I'll come back down this end.
Okay, so my friend yesterday got an item that I wanted out of the box, and I've got an item that he wants. So I was thinking of like a trading system where you can't trade like quest items.
Yeah,
I like
this. It's totally an original idea too. No one's ever thought of this.
I think I started that. No.
Alright. So I think trading items between players is something that we are gonna. Who's making noise? Alright, it's something that we are gonna be experimenting with at some point. Can't do it right now, but expect to see something. Not super soon, but not super far away either, where we can trade certain kinds of items between people.
Ooh.
Exciting. All right. Okay. Who has not asked a question? Please have your hand up if you've not asked a question. All right, let's do Natty Lynn.
Thank you. First, from the Paintball League, we would really like to be able to turn on flying for spectators in custom paintball games.
Loud and clear. Okay, yeah, so the question was, for the Paintball League especially, be really cool if spectators could fly in paintball games. So something that we're going to be working on for the next update is, you may have noticed we kind of made a bit of a mess of non-sandbox custom games. Like you used to be able to save and publish like a paintball game, and we kind of messed that up when we did save and load. So we're going to be working on that next sprint, and we're hoping to kind of come out with a much more organized way of like saving and sharing customized paintball games, for example. So we'll look at if we can include flying. I'm not 100% sure if we can, but we'll definitely look at it. We understand why you would want that. It makes total sense. Yeah. Okay.
And then the second one would be, could we get some sort of message board or a bulletin board in custom rooms so that people could take pictures and post them, and maybe it would be circuit enabled for a high score system?
Yes, let's talk about that offline. Let's hit me up on Discord or something like that. Let's talk about the details, because yeah, that sounds cool. And yeah, and just for, so the question was, could we add like a circuit-enabled kind of bulletin board thing for custom rooms? And so The answer is probably. We'll have to like look into the details, but like generally speaking, the way we think about custom rooms and items is the more general purpose it can be, like the more different things you could do with it, the more likely we are to do it, right? If it's just like one really specific thing, we might not be able to prioritize that, but if it's like something like that, which I think a lot of people could get value from, yeah, that's something we're happy to look at. All right, Kelgar, what you got?
Aryan's planning on bringing a zombie game to the game.
Oh, please no.
That sounds like a question for Josh or Cloud. Are we planning on it? Well, we don't do a very good job of actually planning for anything. But so you'd like to play a zombie game? Do you think that would be quests, or how would you like to see that done?
Like a quest.
Yeah, quest.
Zombie quest.
That sounds
Randomly generated, different every time.
pretty cool.
So Call of Duty Zombies.
Like an apocalypse.
Oh, there you go. Maybe a quest where like you have skeletons or undead enemies that you smash with found objects. Like that could be pretty cool.
No, just zombies. Zombies.
No one wants
Oh,
that.
sorry. Okay. All right. Cloud, you want to add anything to that? Sure.
What if it were pirate themed?
It's beneath you.
It was a good throw. Good throw.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we're always entertaining new quest ideas, and I think one of the things that we'd love to see is like when people are posting on Reddit and Discord, like your new quest ideas that you come up with. All of those influence us in future quests. Like before we had pirate quests, I think one of somebody from here, like not this room, but like the community members recommended pirate quest from a long time ago, and we just been dilly-dallying, going back and forth between different ideas, but ultimately like what you guys want influences what we make.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's do Ian Dragon.
Alright, so I was just on a FaceTime with one of my friends. He was just wondering he wanted me to ask you guys if there was ever going to be like an open world kind of thing.
Oh, okay. So the question was, is there ever going to be an open world? What do you mean by open world?
Don't forget about crafting.
Fallout.
I don't know. My friend just wanted me to ask you guys.
Okay, so I'm not 100% sure. I mean, open world means different things to different people, but here's something I will say is that something we're looking at now that we're done with the new quest. It means we have a little bit more time to work on some new levels and things for other stuff. How'd that get there? Does everyone else see a glass up there? Okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah, he probably. So I was talking.
It was a good shot.
So I think something where that's pretty high priority and that you can expect in the next couple of updates is we're going to do what we call a blank slate world. So for creating custom worlds, we want to create something. So rather than starting with the park or starting with like this performance hall or with the you can basically start on a blank slate with nothing in it and everything in the room is something that you've built. So that would mean you can have like a more as expansive a space as you want, and if you want to make like a PUBG or something like that. Obviously there's a bunch of mechanics we have to add, but yeah, I think that kind of battle royale game, you need a lot of space for. So if that's what your friend means by open world, then yeah. All right, Notorious.
Right. Thank you for your time.
So who exactly is the voice actress for Coach?
Oh, so the question is, who exactly is the voice actress for Coach? My answer is, what makes you think it's a voice actress?
Who is Coach? Well, she was recorded and she did something, so I assumed. But anyone can be a voice actress.
That's what you get for assuming, Notorious.
Natty, I don't need your guff right now.
Where was that voice actor from before? Like this. All right, I'm going to plead the fifth on that question.
It's true.
Alright, so the new option for the watch notifications, you can either have it on and off. I used to always have it off so I'd still get the buzz, but not the giant notification in my face.
Right.
So I do get my notifications, but now I can't see.
Okay, so how about this? Maybe we should make it a slider so it can be off, all the way off, on, all the way on, and then like buzz only. Like maybe just the haptics and the buzz. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, I think we'll do. Yeah. So the question was about notifications and how we changed them. Okay, Wolf.
One more question, Gribble.
Yeah, I got a question based on custom rooms and custom games. So we know that we can use custom weapons for like paintball, for like bow. You can only use bow or specific weapons, which a lot of people do. Are there gonna be... Yeah, actually I have two questions. First question is, are there gonna be added more weapons to the board for custom games for paintball? For example, a sword with the blocking option from the pirate.
Okay, so that's the first question. So first question was, are we going to add more weapons that you can use in custom games? So yes, generally. As for the sword, I would defer to Josh on that one, because here.
You talk about that one. Because that one might be more challenging from a technical perspective.
Yeah, so we have played around with swords and paintball before briefly, and it doesn't just drop in, unfortunately. It's a whole lot of like, it swings through people, and it doesn't feel very good. But a lot of the guns, absolutely we can add. And so if there may be some new favorite guns that people have out in the community now that Pirate Quest is out, they might want to see those in some of the other game modes. I think we can probably definitely do that. But again, I think with swords, it's one of these things where if we hear that it's a really desirable feature for you guys, then we'll take it really seriously.
Wait. So, like...
Okay.
Yeah,
what's the second part of your question?
Yeah, and my second question is like a lot of people who are very creative actually to create like their own game modes, their own modes where people can actually play against either way, defending or attacking. And I was actually thinking of, there's only like this one hit option. You hit an enemy or another player, it only says hit. Are you guys thinking of actually doing something different, like a respawn option?
Okay, yes, let me answer that question. So the question was, are we gonna like make it so custom games can be more complex in terms of like maybe respawning you with a specific weapon, maybe respawning you in a specific place or on a specific team or that kind of thing, right? So the answer is yes, for sure. That is basically one of our next big things that we're going to work on, is making it so that you can create much more complex and much more complete games. That is for sure.
Great.
All right, good. All right, unfortunately we got time for one more question. One more question only. So who has not asked a question? Only
this guy.
All right, Nuke Worker, you're going to be our final question for the day.
I should have just done two when I did mine.
What? Someone asked. So the question is, who thought it was a good idea to be able to throw players?
Man,
someone asked that earlier. I don't know. I don't understand the question really. Yeah. Is that it? It was Pingu, please. Okay, we'll do one more question. Let's go down this end. All right, who has not asked a question? Okay, hilarious Pig. Let's go with you.
Okay, so what is the future of circuits?
Oh, okay. So the question was, what is the future of circuits? All right, that's a great question. No, so there's a couple more things we can talk about with circuits. So circuits, for anyone who hasn't played with circuits, they're basically a system where you can wire up chips to create logic so that you can be like, oh, something happened, we're going to do some math and we're going to like decide something else that happens. It's basically a very simple form of programming so you can create your own games. There is basically two major things that we're looking at right now with circuits that kind of are going to be the future of circuits, like you asked. On the one side, every update you can expect us to wire the circuits into more and more things. Like the next thing we'll add circuits to is the holotars, for example, so you can trigger them. When we do the respawning and stuff like that, that'll all be circuit enabled, so you can be like, hey, this circuit says this number is now 8, that means you should respawn something there or move something over there. So all of that kind of stuff, basically more and more things will get circuit enabled. Actually, internally, if Duffy was here, he's been playing with, we put a circuit input onto some of the paintball guns so that you can fire them based on circuit things and make turrets and things like that. So that was pretty cool. So that's one thing. And then the other big thing that we're thinking about is basically making circuits shareable. So one thing with circuits is that they're pretty tricky. And they're not very, they take quite a lot of effort and brain power and learning to kind of, because you're basically doing programming when you're using circuits or electrical engineering. So they're really great, but they can be quite challenging. So something that we want to do is make it so that when someone creates something really cool with the circuit, like, there's people building like computers and pin pads and lock boxes and all kinds of crazy stuff. We want you to be able to package that up and share it with other players. So basically when one person has solved a really complicated circuits problem, they can hand it off to someone else, and then they can use it as is or customize it and stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at as the future of circuits. It's basically all about making it so that you guys can create your own games and share them with each other. That's the whole idea here. All right, I think that's going to do it for today. Thanks everyone for coming to the Q&A. We love you. We
Thanks,
appreciate you.
everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Go play Quest. Tell us what you think.
He's got a bug.
They're really good, man.
Excuse me! Excuse me!
They're saying it now.
Okay.
Hey, Pigsty.
Alright.
Pigsty, happy National Pig Day!
Right?
Your point of view.
Yeah.
Your games are great!
Awesome. I'm gonna go over here.
Yep.
Hey Taco, are you gonna be staying